for their first win. They're going to turn to Tim Boyle, who has completed 4 passes in his career. 3rd and 12, trying to complete one right here to DeAndre Swift. No, Malcolm Smith with the interception. The dog pound loves it. And now the Browns are going to try to find a score, and they're going to put Baker Mayfield out in motion right here in the backfield. Jarvis Landry, the juice is loose right now. Playing quarterback, he's not going to throw it back to Baker. He's going to run it for a touchdown. The Cleveland Browns win 13-10. First time the Cleveland Browns have beaten the Lions since 2001.
Got
you on that team, Sean? I was.
Where did you get the tweet there?
Got a tweet from @BigFinFan says, have we become irrelevant? Why are we not showing Dolphins highlights? Here we are. Dolphins going into New Jersey against Joe Flacco and the Jets. And the Jets strike, tying this one up with Elijah Moore, who's been fantastic for the Jets. One of the few bright spots for New York has been Elijah Moore. Kay, I believe you did say he was a sleeper this week.
Yeah, he's now got 5 touchdowns in 5 games.
He delivered. And Tua, though, says we'll get the last laugh. Left-handed, Myles Gaskin, touchdown. Salah looking for answers. Dolphins, you're not irrelevant. You're very much in 2 in a row.
All right, you mentioned Florida. Well, let's go to Jacksonville, where the 49ers are taking on the Jaguars. And look at Deebo Samuel. Don't label him. He's not a wide receiver. He's not a running back. He's a playmaker. That's what he does. Great run right there by Deebo Samuel. And then Jimmy Garoppolo finding George Kittle for the 1-yard touchdown. George Kittle spikes it. It's good when George Kittle's back in the NFL.
The Chargers are good. Justin Herbert looked great. They had a nice comeback by the Steelers, but Herbert got his thing and did it, and we'll show you the highlights next.
I spent months looking for a job. I got nowhere. This helped me deal with that frustration. Things changed when I tried ZipRecruiter because it works like a free personal recruiter. ZipRecruiter sent me great jobs. I applied with a click. Some companies even invited me to apply. I started a new job last week. This still helps.
Go to ZipRecruiter.com and put ZipRecruiter to work for you.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling. United by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
Coach Jared Clash Bolton here with NFL Play 60 Totally Terrific Indoor Recess Fitness Challenge on Go Noodle. We're here to help you get physically active for at least 60 minutes a day. Check out GoNoodle.com/NFL Play 60 and get moving.
Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze. Needs. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Relief. Dissolves quickly, instantly ready to start working. So you can bounce back fast with Alka-Seltzer Plus. Now available for fast sinus relief.
Observe the domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah?
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger, the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The Fantasy Championship chase is on.
It's drum roll time, baby.
And our crew has everything you need to know to bring home the trophy.
I would have him as my #1 guy. Just in time to get you ready for that playoff push.
NFL Fantasy Live. Tonight at 6 on NFL Network.
This is NFL Prime Time.
Join hosts Nate Burleson and Young Dylan in the studio and tackle everything on and off the field.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We've got football covered. NFL Prime Time. Wednesdays at 7, 6 Central on Nickelodeon.
touchdowns today for the Colts in a stunner.
Hurts keeps, Hurts cuts, Hurts has the first down, and Jalen Hurts let him just put it away for the Eagles. Touchdown, his third of the day. Prescott, that pass was tipped. Snead with the game-ending interception. And the Cowboys will be held out of the end zone here in Kansas City.
Just 9 points for Dak Prescott and company. Wow, all that Week 11 action coming up with highlights all hour long. And we've got a big game tonight. Your New York Giants down in Tampa to take on the defending Super Bowl champs. Excited?
I am excited. Tampa's been pretty good to Giants fans throughout history, but this season's been a little bit quirky. So the return of Saquon, hopefully, number 26 being back out there, will help.
We'll get into all of that. Nate Burleson will join our show. This show is brought to you by Old Trapper Beef Jerky, Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt. I'm Kay Adams. That is Sean O'Hara. And we've got highlights.
We got highlights, and they come from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Imagine if you had Jonathan Taylor on your fantasy team, and then you also had Austin Eckler. That's the real winners yesterday. So Justin Herbert and the Chargers, they've lost 3 of their last 4. But I mentioned Eckler already up 17-10. Eckler just moves and moves and shakes. All right, so let's figure this out as a table. He had 2 receiving touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yes.
The last player to do that in the NFL is someone who has sat in Sean's chair several times. Who is it?
LaShawn McCoy?
MJD.
It is not LaShawn McCoy. It's a great guess. It is MJD, Sean. Maurice Jones-Drew back in 2011 did it. Now, Herbert's running here. He looks like an MJD or maybe a Fred Taylor, maybe a Mark Brunell, but he gets tackled behind by Cam Hayward, and there's all kinds of extracurriculars.
Ooh, look at that. Ooh.
Sean, what's your take on this?
To the solar flex. Look like 2 brothers wrestling and mom's yelling at him, time to eat the meatloaf. He gets one last shot in.
He really does. There was no ejection or anything. Cam Hayward would say afterwards, I know it looks really bad, but I promise there was no bad intention. Whatever. Just guys being dudes, I guess. 34-20, Chargers up 2 touchdowns. So did they put it away? No. We got an Eric Ebron touchdown. We once tried to convince him as a show to rebrand as Eric Ebron. It rhymes with LeBron. I don't think it was stuck. It was back when he was in Indianapolis. Yeah. So don't forget about this, though. The Chargers are trying to give it away, or maybe the Steelers are just taking it. Cam Hayward now back to making conventional football plays, and so is Pat Freiermuth, the rookie tight end. Yes. Beautiful red zone screen to the tight end. So they're up 17, the Chargers, at home in the 4th quarter, and now they're tied. So on a 4th and inches, Staley's going for it. Bam! They don't even measure. Don't even bother. Just bring out the Chargers defense, because again, Cam Hayward playing mad in all sorts of ways. Look at those people. Pennsylvania is very far from California. They don't care. 37-34. The Chargers say, I don't care. We are not going to go quietly into the night. We're going to survive. We are not going to Charger this up. We're going to redefine that verb and make it mean winning late. That's what Herbert did to Mike Williams. That was your ball game. Couple of sacks later on Roethlisberger sealed it. Let's hear from the man. He's a friend of the show. We love this guy. We root for him. And he's got a 6-4 team coming off a huge win. Brandon Staley on his QB Justin Herbert after that big old win for the Chargers.
Fantastic in the game today. He was the best player on the field. And he's got real instincts at the game for the position. He's got real instincts at the game.
Coach Staley immediately, as soon as he was hired here, he built relationships and he reached out to guys. And, he said this Chargers team, it can't be the same as it's been. And we have to be able to win these close games and to have those guys that they all believe. And I think it all starts with that. And for those guys to come together offensively, defensively, special teams, when we come together, I think we can play some pretty good football.
Take a look at the Afc Playoff Picture after last night. The Chargers sitting in the wild card spot at 6-4, like Kyle just said. The Steelers now drop out to the in the hunt column after that loss. I ask you, Shriggs, we can start with the Chargers. We can take it wherever we want. Can Justin Herbert lead this team deep into the playoffs in a wonky, weirdo AFC playoff picture?
It felt different last night. It felt like this was going to be a classic game where it's like, all right, Chargers are up 17 late. Everyone's going to crown Herbert in the morning. And then the Steelers came running back, and they went for it on 4th and 1. They did what they've done all season long, and it was an 80% that they've been successful on 4th and 1. And then Herbert got stuffed, and they went to Eckler, and it got stuffed. And you're like, wait a second, what? Steelers get the field goal, but then they answered. So I look at this AFC, and if we can see the playoff picture again here, there is one team that I'm very scared of in the AFC, and it's not the Bills, it's not the Titans, it's not even the Chiefs. It's the New England Patriots that scare me the most. And I look at that Patriots team. Outside of the Patriots right now, who's playing better football than the Chargers? I don't know. The Chiefs have won a bunch, but their offense is still kind of up and down, right? Like, I don't know if the Chargers are playing the Chiefs right now in a neutral field or in L.A., if that one's coming out Chiefs. The Patriots are playing the best football in the AFC right now. Chargers, they're right in there with the mix with the rest of them. Yeah, I think they could be a player in this thing. At the very least, they're certainly in the conversation.